Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about to answer a question that my friend Bex asked me here on YouTube. Hey Bex, I hope you're having a good day. Um, how do you make that transition into eating healthier when you are on a rice and beans budget? Um, and that's honestly what got me into doing meal prep and a food, plan and everything was our budget. Um, for ages it would be like, I know that it's more economical to eat at home, but at the same time, dollar menu, like, and it's just, and to eat healthy has been very, a loaded term. It's things that are healthy. Are you going low fat? Are you going low carb? Are you going, which way is the right way? And I start looking into it and I get completely overwhelmed with all these differences in opinions and conflicting research and different things. So for myself, I chose to focus on whole foods, because you can't really mess up a tomato too much. It's still a tomato, at the end of the day. And then I can hear people in the back going, GMOs. But in general, guys, if I grow a tomato in my yard, it's going to be an okay tomato. And so focusing on localized whole food, which again though can be very expensive. So how do we win? How do we get onto that seemingly straight and narrow path of health while, still keeping our bills paid, while still keeping our heads above the water? And it doesn't happen overnight. The best tips that I could give would be for you to start monitoring your intake. Measure your food. Surely you have like measuring cups, or if you don't have a food scale, just like read the serving suggestions on the packages and things. Like, don't change anything, just measure. You can't manage what you don't measure. And so it's like, today I was divvying up pasta portions. I was like, this is a serving of pasta? Are you kidding me? Like, there's no way. Like, it's minuscule. It was like 5 noodles. That was, but you don't know until you measure. And then once you know how much the food is costing you, calorie-wise and monetarily, then you can look at your budgets, both calorie budget and money budget, and see what you can and can't fit in. And my friend Bex in particular, she's like, I feel absolutely wretched whenever I eat processed foods, but that's what's in our budget right now. And so, first step, look at what you're eating. Second step, take one thing and change it to be a better habit. And you'll be much more informed about what the things are that you could be changing, because you will have written down everything that you're eating for, like, say, a week. And I mean everything. If you like eat the crumbs out of the bottom of the, fruit snack that your kid had, count it. Be like, I ate the crumbs out of the bottom. If you lick the bowl for the cookies that you made for a bake sale, or anything, everything that goes into your body, keep track of it. Solids and liquids, because that stuff adds up quick. And then in week 2, take a close look at that and be like, could I be eating brown rice instead of white rice? Could I still be happy and full with a half serving of pasta as opposed to a full serving? Maybe I can put more, like a chunkier tomato sauce. It's like, it can be like $1 maybe for like a big can of like more diced tomatoes. Put a little bit more vegetable in it and a little less pasta. And your calories, every 2 ounces of pasta is 200 calories. And so granted, pasta is super affordable, but it's expensive on your calorie budget. And so you can take things and find a way to make a balance. And just do that one change and do it for that week. Because I know that whenever I eat ramen noodles, for a while there, I would I was still eating 2 packs of ramen noodles, but I started only putting 1 pack of seasoning in. And it was like I kind of weaned myself off of it, and then I was like, well, maybe if I fry an egg and put it in there, I can, fry a couple of eggs, put those in there, cut it back to just 1 pack of ramen. And again, so I'm still getting a meal in, but I'm consuming eventually half as many calories. And I'm being kind of vague because you're better, you know your diet better than anybody, and I am not going to come in and tell people how to live their lives, because I've been living my life for the past 10 years however, quite frankly, I felt like it, and it's gotten me 80 pounds of weight gain. It's gotten me a lot of really great things also, but I knew what I needed to be doing. And I think a lot of y'all might have a pretty good idea of what you need to be doing, but the path on how to get there isn't exactly clear. And so whenever I say at the end of some of my videos now that excuses are obstacles, to overcome, to find a way around it or over it or through it, and you'll be like, how? And I can relate to that a lot. And I'm here for you guys. If you have a problem and you have a question and you want to talk about it, shoot me a comment down below, because I want to try my best to be able to help you guys. To be able to kind of see a route into this healthier version of yourself that you would like to make into a reality. Whether that's, for a fact that dairy upsets you, but, it's like, gotta have milk, we can find different, we'll research together, we can do this, we can find a way, hopefully, or at least get to hang out for a minute. But yeah, fast food is something that, like, in week 2, change something that you're eating at home. Make it a little bit healthier, whether it's just a smaller portion. I cannot tout portion control enough, you guys. Like, for me, that has made a huge difference, because I don't have an eating disorder. Like, I binge and stuff, and I've overeaten for, like, my entire life, but I don't feel like I have an eating disorder. I feel like I have disordered eating. And it's portions are getting me every single time. And it's just as much that thinking I'm having a serving of chicken, but I'm actually having 9 ounces of chicken, not 4 ounces. Thinking that I'm having a cup of rice, but I'm actually just scooping it with a spoon and being like, that looks like a cup. So I'm actually having 2 cups of rice. I think that's a tablespoon of butter, but I didn't really measure it, so, or I didn't really keep track of how much I put into the whole pot, and so I'm like, I think, and it's like I said, you can't manage what you don't measure, so just start out by measuring. So hopefully that'll help. In week 3, look at the fast food that you're eating, and I'm not going to tell you to cut out fast food. We all know, we need to eat less fast food, but life happens, and we find ourselves in the drive-thru or going in and ordering our favorite things, and everybody nowadays, fast food wise, has an online, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you have the internet, so everybody nowadays has an online menu that lists the calories before you go in, or don't even do it when you're hungry, do it after you've eaten. Go in and look for the healthiest things on the menu and find something that you're gonna like. Because, like, for me, Taco Bell. They have Taco Bells all over the country. With as much as Randy and I travel, it's nice to know that there's going to be a restaurant that I can go to that's open at 11:30 at night whenever we roll in, that I can get a double-decker taco supreme. It's way too much salt, but it's 360 calories, and it will keep me full until the next morning, when I can go and get breakfast somewhere that's like, or pick up some groceries or something. But it's when I'm ravenous on the road, that's one of my go-to snacks. Another one of my go-to snacks is a Wendy's bowl of chili, small, like, I guess it's their cup of chili, and a baked potato, like a sour cream and chive baked potato. And I will put 1 pat of butter on it, and that's around like 500 calories. But it sticks with you all day, and I'm overestimating, it might be closer to 400, but still, I have these meals that I know that I will enjoy eating, because it's like most of these salads, sorry, I love a homemade salad, but most of these salads at fast food restaurants are like not that great. Um, and then whenever they are, they're like 900 calories for a salad. Like it's, I'm not doing that. And so whenever I could go in and just have, you know, KFC, their grilled chicken breast is 160 calories for a tig old chicken boob. Like, big old chicken. For a lot of chicken. You get a lot of chicken for 160 calories. And so you could get, you know, 2 of those. You know, yeah, it's like, it's kind of boring just eating straight chicken. But, you know, maybe keep a bag of apples. You know, apples can be pretty cheap, anywhere from like less than $2 a pound for sure. And they store really well. So like just kind of plan around, and you could have, you know, chicken or have some salad mix at home. And I'm going to be doing some more gardening videos, so hopefully showing you guys how to grow your own lettuce, which is way yummy. And super accessible. It is right outside, and you can add like baby spinach and some different greens and stuff to almost anything that you're eating, and just sneaking in a little bit more filler so you'll feel full longer, and you're also slipping in all of those nutrients and stuff, and a little bit of that feel good of like, I ate something green. High five, self. And so I don't know if anybody else does that, but it gets me through the day whenever it's like, yeah, knuckle bump. But so find out which fast food places are your typical go-to fast food places. Like if you're relying on somebody else to pick you up food, or if like people are going out at the office and they pick up something for everybody, you know, and you don't want to, you know, impose. That's probably the hardest part. A lot of people think it's the diet and the exercise that's really hard. For me, the hardest part is asking for and accepting help from others. You know, I'm horrified at the concept of imposing my will on someone else, except for Randy. I ask him to do stuff for me all the time. But but if it's like a colleague, or like, you know, I'm out somewhere and people are like, oh, can I pick you up something? I'll be like, well, where are you going? And I'll just get something from there, because it's like I don't want to be any additional trouble, you know. And so it's okay to ask, to be like, oh, well, could you get me this from where you're going? And so it's building up an arsenal of information that you've planned it whenever you are not hungry, whenever you're not stressed out to the max, and that will become your default go-to. Because for me, at least, going to fast food had become my default go-to. We had gotten into a work binge, or we didn't have any groceries in the house, and so we're like, well, let's just go get Taco Bell. And I would get a Nacho Bel Grande with a soft taco supreme, and that was like 1,300 calories. Oh my god, for some chips and dip and a taco is what it boils down to. And I was like, I cannot believe. And so I did my research, and whenever I go to Taco Bell now, I either get that double decker taco supreme, or I'll do their chicken cantina power burrito. But sometimes, especially late in the evening, we're usually late nighters, they'll be out of chicken, and so I'm like, okay, so I have a backup plan. So don't be like, no, I can't have fast food, that's bad. Just be like, I'm gonna eat fast food. If you know you're gonna eat fast food because you've been eating fast food, if you know you're gonna eat that box of cookies because you've been eating a box of cookies, just plan for it. Just be like, okay, this is my habit. This is how I can derail that habit and channel it into something a little bit more beneficial. And if you do something like that kind of every week, just kind of tweaking it a bit, maybe in week 4, drink more water before your meals. Like, water's free. It comes out of the sink. If you don't like the way that it tastes, maybe get a filter, or just chug it faster. Or something that I've been doing, actually, I've had an upset tummy all day, and so these lemon ginger tea bags, you could use any kind of herbal tea. You can get herbal tea at the dollar store, like, for super inexpensive. Come on, camera. And don't brew it. You just pop it into the cold, and it diffuses and puts a little bit of flavor into your water with the beneficial, effects of, like, the lemon and ginger. Really helps my stomach, and hot. It feels good on my throat. I really like mint. It keeps my mouth from smelling like I just ate a ton of garlic. though it usually just smells like garlic mint, which is still good. But no, it's, you can pick out your favorite herbal teas or even just green tea or something and put it in there to flavor the water. Because I know city water, where I used to live in Texas, tasted like pool water. Like, you could smell the chlorine out of it. Whereas here in southwestern Missouri, I feel like we're really fortunate to have a very high quality drinking water. Like, it's very palatable, like, you know, just straight out of the sink. But just drink a bunch of water before you eat your food. You'll be better hydrated. It'll take up more space in your stomach. It aids with digestion. It's like, and then also, I know Randy's a big soda drinker. And that's something that if you're a big soda drinker and you go to a restaurant, maybe get a water and a soda. Like, maybe set a limit for yourself that it's like, I will have a soda with my dinner, but I'm not going to get any refills on it. If the waitress or waiter comes over and is like, hey, do you want a refill? I'll be like, can I get a water? And yes, you're still having soda, which is technically not ideal, but you're doing better than what you were. And that's the point, is to do better by what you were, by baby steps, by millimeters. Because each of these little millimeters that they'll add up and add up and add up until suddenly you're like, I don't even recognize myself. Like, look at all these good habits that have become habits, because I'm not trying to overhaul and change my entire life overnight. And this is wisdom that I should listen to, because this is something that's been hard learned for me this past decade, because I would try to change everything overnight and then go like really strong for like sometimes an hour. Sometimes I would make it for like a week and a half. Be like, I've been intermittent fasting for an hour and I almost killed somebody. Like, no. But I've had to learn the hard way to not try to change every little habit that I have that's less than perfect. It's baby steps. It's that little bit of progress. And it can be so frustrating because you want to be healthy now. You want everything to be perfect now. And that frustration just clouds your vision and makes you stumble right along that path. And it's like, just keep your head out, keep all that frustration out as much as you can and be like, just a baby step, just one foot in front of the other. If you have to stare at the ground to see your feet, metaphorically or literally, just progress, itty bitty bits of progress. And every time you start to deviate or stray or get lost, you can get back on that path. You've got this. So I got to rambling, but I really hoped that this was helpful. And I know I'm posting a video like on a non-video post a day, but I felt like it was really important. Bex, if you're watching this, you can do this. Your family loves you. I'm sure that you guys can find a way to work together towards these things. But don't be afraid to ask. You'll be like, hey guys, I need your help. Because if every little bit of change that you make helps you to feel that little bit better, the more you're going to be able to be there for your family to help them feel better. And then the more they'll be able to be there for you and for their friends. And we can do this. We can take care of each other and we can get where we're going. So on that note, keep on keeping on, guys. And please leave comments and stuff down below. But I look forward to seeing you in my next video. So bye.